As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a boom that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with our array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adidapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer. SPFS TV, bringing smiles to every poultry farmer. As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a boom that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with our array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adidapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer. SPFS TV, bringing smiles to every poultry farmer.
Good day, viewers. Welcome to another episode of our great show, Get Poultrified. I remain your host, Adidapo Abisola. With me today, I have a vibrant, eloquent, intelligent, sophisticated young agropreneur. He started his poultry farming journey some 6 years ago. A national diploma holder in animal health and production technology, More Plantation, Ibadan. With Be Agric in view from another great citadel of learning, Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. He has been opportune to work with both medium and large-scale business ventures. I mean poultry business ventures since his year of interest in the business, where he gathered more knowledge, which increased his passion in the business. He's also a sole founder of the undergraduate agric training and business training program, a program he conceived with some other team members some 6 months ago, which have successfully produced 100 trained participants in the last 5 months. With me today, you can tell that this is not just an ordinary person in the poultry farming business. You can tell that he is well-renowned, he is vast, and I believe he is here to tell you what you need to know about the poultry business. Before I bring in my guest, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a boom that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with our array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adidapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer. SPFS TV, bringing smiles to every poultry farmer. As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a bomb that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with our array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adedapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer. SPFS TV, bringing smiles to every poultry farmer. As we all know, agriculture has been.
Welcome to the studio with me, our guest. Welcome, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's our pleasure to have you with us in our studio. I believe a lot of people are staying glued to all our social media platforms to learn, unlearn, and relearn. They want to get to know more about the business and the farming itself. But before we do that, please, can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Good afternoon. My name is Oyedino Samuel, a young agripreneur and an advocate for sustainable agriculture. I'm here to tell you my experience in poultry farming, and I'll be glad.
As you rightly heard, he's here to tell you about his experience. That's huge. So I think. I'm sure it has not been an easy ride, but we want to learn from your journey. And my first question to Mr. Oyediran Samuel will be that I really want to know little about your poultry experience or your poultry knowledge, so to say, sir.
Majority of us love poultry products, which is egg and meat. Poultry is one of the prospects of agriculture, which primarily focus on producing egg and meat. And in poultry, we have a lot of enterprise. We have the breeding enterprise, we have the construction enterprise, we have the marketing enterprise. There's a lot you can venture into in poultry business, but most of us focus on egg and meat, which is the primary production of poultry.
Thank you very much. I can see that we're about to be on a smooth ride and a beautiful journey with you. But before I go further, please, I would like you to tell me or to discuss with us briefly about life as a young agripreneur. Sorry.
Wow. Life as a young agripreneur, it has been challenging and it has also been interesting.
Before you go into the challenging parts, we'll come back to that later. But the interesting part is what I want you to tell our viewers for now.
Yeah, being a young agripreneur, providing solution to food insecurity in Nigeria is one of the things I love doing, and making you see the good in agriculture, especially poultry value chain. Poultry is very interesting because it is only the prospect of agri that can bring you profit in a shorter period of time. If you raise broiler within 6 weeks, you can see a high margin of return. And if you go into layers, it takes patience of 16-17 weeks. You start picking your eggs and you start spending a lot of money.
I'm sure all of this did not just come into your head in 1 second. Yeah. You've been trying to conceive the idea. You put in a lot of work to bring out that your conviction in your mind to reality. I'd like to know, when did it start? How did it start?
As a young entrepreneur with a mind of feeding the whole world, I started my agripreneur sojourn 6 years ago as an entrepreneur, working for various farms, whereby gaining experience. 2015, I worked in a farm as an attendant, whereby I was able to learn and see the good in poultry business. So 2017, I furthered to another farm to learn more. Within 2 months of getting to the farm, I used the history of the farm to solve an existing problem, and the manager was highlighted, including the CEO, and I was promoted to the post of a farm supervisor. This is where the journey of my agripreneur started. I was able to work in the farm building house, and I was able to work in the farm growing pen. We raised over 20,000 pullets, and from breeding till they start laying.
You mean 20,000 pullets?
Pullets.
Can you tell us what does pullets mean?
Pullets.
For our novice that don't even know.
Pullets are young layers.
Okay. So did you just major that your farm where you started as a farm supervisor? Was it just you were major in egg production, just layers, or you reared other breeds of chickens or poultry?
So on the farm it was basically layers.
Layers.
So I was in charge of egg record,
Okay.
and sales of old layers. So there was a day we had to sell 15,000 old layers. So I was in charge.
Target.
Our target. So after they've laid for over 1.5 years, so we had to sell them.
Wow.
And I was in charge of the sales. So the manager was not around, and I collected the check on behalf of the manager. I saw the huge money. I was amazed, like I will start more and think and grow bigger. So that night I was able to write a business plan of 100 layers.
Should I say it was the money that motivated you? Because I was coming to that question. But good you mentioned it that the huge amount you saw on the check actually motivated you.
Yeah.
And
to write a business plan of 100 days.
Of 100 beds.
No, I didn't start with layers.
Okay.
So that's 2017. So as an entrepreneur that likes working and adding values to companies, one of my friends referred me to an investor. I was the one supervising the farm. It's a broiler's farm, and that's 2019. So we do 5 weeks broiler production, and I was able to raise over 30,000 broiler for him.
30,000.
30,000 broiler for him.
Single-handedly or with other team
I
members?
was one heading the team.
Okay.
But I have 3 other team members.
Okay.
So what really motivated me to start there was like the man does not come to farm at all. I was the one that handled everything about the broiler production from DOC to sales point. So it's just supplying the input, and before you start a poultry business, you should know your profit projection. Know the number of feed you are going to use so that you won't stop halfway and you won't be a loser. So I calculated this profit projection every 5 weeks, and I see he's making a whole lot of millions and he's giving me a stipend. So I had to take a bold step to start me. So that's where I resigned from the investors farm.
Wow.
And I started small.
Your own business.
And I started my own business.
Quite encouraging, but my opinion, as a young, vibrant body, I know a lot of people will think, why is he into poultry business? Of all the businesses that I can venture into, why poultry? Why did you pick poultry?
Like I said earlier, poultry is the only prospect of agriculture that can give you your return in a shorter period of time. Poultry is the only prospect of agri that has no religion discrimination. We can never meet the protein demand of this country. If you start your poultry today, I can assure you there is market. once you can strategize and have a good feasibility plan.
So you're telling us that if everybody owns a poultry farm now, there is a market.
There is a market.
There is a market.
Because we cannot make the poultry in a protein demand of this country.
Our viewers at home, I think you are gaining one thing on the other. If you are not with your pen and paper, I think you should get that right now, because it's about to give you more and more details. More reasons why you have to be in this business, more reason why you have to project into that part of farming. But before we go on, we'll be right back.
A laudable business, even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a boom that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with an array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adidapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer. SPFS TV, bringing smiles to every poultry farmer. As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a boom that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with an array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adidapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer. SPFS TV, bringing smiles to every poultry farmer.
Welcome back. I hope you are enjoying this edition of the program. We still have with us our amiable guest. We were saying before, you told us about what motivated you into the business, and I would like to ask, has there been any challenge or challenges since you started this business as a young chap?
Yeah, there have been challenges, but thank God for the journey so far. There has been challenges, but thank God for the journey so far. After I left the investors farm to start more, I started with broilers production. I went to Ibadan to collect the old chicks because I stay in New York. So I cleared our store. I put the broilers there. I was able to raise the broiler organically without using fertilizer, and the broiler actually did well. When it comes to the times of when I want to market the best, I experience a lot of challenge because as a small scale farmer, if you sell to middleman will eat all your profit. So you should target the final consumer. Selling the best to the final consumer was stressful, but I had to go through the stress. So after going through the stress, some will still promise they will pay as a small scale farmer, and at long run, 2-3 months, they will not pay. After the cycle, I decided to make a research on what my environment needs, and I was able to decode that they need more of egg than meat. So after selling the broiler, I moved into layers production. So when I moved into the layers production, I can see egg is ever demanding and it is generally accepted by everybody. So when I started my layers farm, it was the time for school to resume. I left them at 4 weeks, and they were taking care of them. I was calling them at home for feedback, how the bird is doing. 24 weeks, the bird has not started laying. I've been spending as a business person and an expert in the field. I went home, I did postmortem, I examined the birds, and I can see eggs in their ovary. So I injected them with some antibiotics, and in the next 2 weeks they start laying. So
postmortem, you mentioned something like postmortem.
Yeah.
I'm a novice.
Okay.
I don't know about poultry. Can you tell me what postmortem really means?
In poultry, there are 3 things needed: skills, knowledge, and experience. This is where the knowledge comes in.
You mean from your certificate
From my
from
certificate
school?
from school.
Okay.
So, in disease identification, in disease diagnosis, we have tentative and confirmatory diagnosis. When you see the sign, like you saw red feces now, you can say tentatively it's coccidosis. But when you examine, when you lacerate, you open the bells.
You're going to elaborate.
That's postmortem. You'll be able to confirm that this is actually coccidosis.
Okay. Coccidosis.
Coccidosis.
Am I correct in my pronunciation?
Yeah,
that's some kind of a disease, right?
That's a disease in poultry.
Okay. Okay, postmortem. You people at home, I think you are noting this. If you are a farmer and you are seeing some signs in your bird, either they are not laying eggs early enough, or they are giving you red feces,
Yes,
like you said. You should know that the first thing you have to do is diagnose them. You carry out your diagnosis, and you check if you need to run a postmortem. Am I right?
Yeah.
Thank you. So you were saying something about your challenges before I cut in. I'm sorry to cut you halfway anyway.
So that was one of the challenge. Like, as an expert in field, I raised a layer.
15,000.
And
now
the birds are not laying. So I have to go home from school because I have other things I'm doing in school. I do contract building in school too.
Okay.
So I just left the layers for them so that at least cash will be flowing.
That brooding.
So that
be explicit. Just elaborate a little bit.
Contract building is one of the things. Contract building is one of the things I do. Like, I raise birds for people to their various age. I can just
the ages
they want.
Okay.
To their favorite ages.
Okay.
So, as an expert, I have layers after raising over many layers, large number of layers for people, and I started with layers and they are not laying. So it's a big challenge on me. So I had to go home, inject the birds, and they started laying.
So you can say now that the major challenges that you had was the number of weeks you were expecting your birds to start laying, and they refused to lay, and you carried out your postmortem and the market part. So going into that market part, does it mean that poultry business will be more profitable when you sell to home users, I mean the final consumers?
Yes.
Or there is an aspect of the business that even when you sell to a third party, it can be profitable as well?
Yeah, poultry is a game of number. Poultry is a game of number. The larger your base, the more profit you have. So when you are a small scale farmer, if you want to make more profit and sell to home, you will need to add value to your base. You can't be presenting your best to me the way 50 people are presenting it to me. Instead of you presenting it live, why can't you present it smoked, grilled, or frozen? So if you want to really make profit as a small scale farmer, you need to add value to your bells. But if you are practicing in large scale, if you have up to 1,000 bells, like broiler, we call something 6 weeks broiler production, whereby you sell to off-takers. They will come down to your farm, they will weigh, and they will pack, and they will pay you. It's also called pay pack, live.
Live birds.
Live birds.
Okay. What he's trying to tell you now is, if you want to maximize your profit, you need to add value.
Yeah, as a
Spice
small scale
things
farmer.
up. Yeah, you need to spice things up. Don't just be ordinary. Don't be like everybody. You heard him right, and he said it well enough. He said, don't be ordinary. Add value. Thank you very much. Do you think there is any societal problem or challenges that you think basically came from maybe people around, or maybe something government needs to do that they refuse to do, that if they had done it, you wouldn't have faced, or such challenges wouldn't even be in existence? Do you have some?
Yeah. When I had the challenge, the first thing you trace is the source of the best. I tried to trace the source of the best, and I was able to see that because I actually sent someone to buy it for me, and he bought another brand. So when I trace it to the source, I see, wow, I need to do something. So government should they should help us vindicate the source of our best. And in terms of feeding, in poultry, 80% goes to feeding, and like we see now, the major source of feed is maize and protein, which is soya beans, and they are not readily available. Government should at least try and empower our crop farmer to grow more maize and soya beans, so that the price of feed can at least come down, because the money we are spending on feed is actually too high. That has make many small scale farmers back off on poultry because of the cost of feed.
Good. So what you are saying now is, on the part of the society, we should be a lot more trustworthy, or we should try as much as possible as a starter or a farmer in the poultry business, get your birds from trusted hands.
As a starter in the poultry business, farmer do not work alone. Farmer can never work alone. Try to mingle with those that are in the business. I need birds, can I get it from you? I need this source. But giving untrusted person can cause a problem in your farm.
Okay. So you heard him right. You work hand in hand.
Farmer does not work alone.
You do not work. We rise by lifting others. Yeah. So we have to, as a farmer in the poultry business, you want to maximize your profit, you want to reduce your risk, then do not work alone. I hope the way I'm jotting it down, I'm learning from him. You at home are also doing that, because you might not have the opportunity to sit him back here again and get all of these things the way he's saying it again, even if he will grace our seats again. So as for the government, they should encourage production of things that are used in
production of feed.
Okay, good enough. I still have a lot of questions here for our guest, and I'm sure he's willing and ready to answer every of my questions without hesitation. But before I go further, let us go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a boom that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with our array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adedapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer. SPFS TV, bringing smiles to every poultry farmer. As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a bomb that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with an array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adidapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer. SPFS TV, bringing smiles to every poultry farmer. As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a bomb that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with an array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adidapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer. SPFS TV, bringing smiles to every poultry farmer. As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a bomb that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with an array of...
Welcome back. Before we went on that break, I could see that a lot of people have questions. They have questions for our guests. And I told you he's renowned, he's vibrant, eloquent, and very, very intelligent. I'm going to be asking him one of the numerous questions our viewers at home are asking. One of the viewers wants to know the reason why birds have whitish droppings.
Whitish dropping is an early stage of coccidosis in layers, from whitish to reddish. So once you see a whitish droppings, you need to start using anti-coccidosis drugs. Make sure the water are not falling on the ground, and make sure your litters is always dry to avoid coccidosis. Go to a nearest vet store and buy anti-coccidosis drug.
You heard him. He said visit the nearest vet store to get anti-coccidosis. I'm not a poultry person, so you permit my pronunciations. As I was saying, drop your questions as much as you can. Every of it, to try as much as possible to answer them on this edition or in later editions. But trust me, all of your questions would be answered. Back to my guest, Mr. Samuel. How has your experience as a poultry farmer, somebody in the business, how has it helped you in your latest academic pursuit? Because you told me you are still furthering in your academics. So
Yeah.
I really want to know how that is helping you academically.
Right. As a practicing farmer that tend to add value even in their institution, so it has been easy for me because I've gone through the practical, so I just applied it to what I'm being taught in school. And I saw a problem in school as a practicing farmer, which I tried to provide a solution to it. I've come to understand that majority of the graduates nowadays and intending farmer lacks what it takes to be successful in poultry prospect as an enterprise. So I try to train a lot of students in poultry value chain, and majority of them has actually started small. even as an undergraduate.
So you are telling me that your friends, your colleague, even your lecturers, they look up to you now in school because you have the practical idea and you are bringing it to the theoretical part.
Even most of the NGOs came to our school as partner with me and have trained students, the nurse body, and a lot.
Quite impressive. The undergraduate agric training program, how did it come to birth? How did you conceive the idea? What made you bring up that kind of program?
Actually, there is a course in school, APH. We are meant to write the test that day. That's animal production and health.
Thank you.
So we are to write the test that day, and I was discussing archery enterprise with a friend. I just see that most of the students were not getting along. They don't know anything about poultry. They don't know anything about poultry. So that's what actually battered undergraduate agribusiness training, to inculcate in them the ability to start small and grow big. So, and it has been moving well. Our result is actually commanding people to attend the training.
So you mean you've just done 5 editions?
5 editions.
And you've trained 100 participants. Yeah. I'm sure you must be very proud of yourself and your team.
Yeah.
How do you feel looking at 100 participants that you've trained? How does it make you feel? How do you feel seeing them venturing into the business, or are you just training them for training purpose? They don't venture in the business.
One thing I encourage is backyard poultry farming. You know, poultry involves a huge capital if you want to start big. So one of the things I encourage is for them to start small. Majority of them have started small. I've booked DOC for them, both Noella,
DOC,
that's day old chicks,
okay.
Both Noella, Cockre, and Brella. Because if they practice, like I said, 3 things is needed to be successful in poultry. Aside passion, you need skills, you need experience, and you need knowledge. And knowledge is the power in agribusiness. Any agribusiness that lacks knowledge might not see the light of the day. So I'm so happy that through the work of my hand, many mouths is being fed and youth is attracted into poultry business.
I'm impressed, quite impressive, that we have a young child, instead of venturing into some other things that you people would think are profitable or is profitable. He chooses the poultry line and he's doing very well. Not just doing very well all by himself, trying to build more poultry farmers. And like from his words, they are doing pretty well too. I'm sure he's proud. And I'm so very proud and happy to have him with me here. On the other side, I can see that we have another question. Let's go on a break, get the question, and get it answered. We'll be right back.
Poultry business. Join Abisola Adidapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer. SPFS TV, bringing smiles to every poultry farmer.
Somebody asked about your challenges. You've actually spoken about it, but I think some people need you to buttress a little bit more on your challenges. Please, can you just come again on those challenges you talked about?
Okay. I said I started with broiler production before doing a feasibility study and know what my environment really needs. When I started with broiler production, as a small-scale farmer, you need to cut down the middleman, add value, and sell directly to the final consumer if you really want to make profit. You can't be presenting a live broiler to me the way 50 other people are presenting it to me. So you need, if let's assume you now add value, you sell it for me as frozen, grilled or smoked. So you will be able to maximize profit. One of my challenges was marketing challenges, and I was able to overcome it.
Those are two major challenges that you had.
Yeah.
The first one was he didn't do proper visibility study
before I ventured
on his environment to know which of the poultry birds would give him more profit. It was later that he got to understand that people needed more eggs and more chicken meat than the broiler that he was raising, because he said he ventured into broiler first before he now did his visibility study. And he said another thing is the market. He said, don't just sell a broiler to me the way 50 other farmers will sell a broiler to him. He said you can add value. Adding value is making a difference, spicing things up, not doing the regular. Don't bring a bird to me, a broiler to me as a broiler. You can bring it grilled, smoked, frozen, etc. That is adding value. Add value. When you add value, then you maximize profit. And I know a lot of people at home that want to venture into this business.
Okay.
Can you tell us, can you advise new starters? I know old farmers, people that have been into this business before, would gain one or two things, but let us also focus into giving that the new poultry, the new ones, the starters, a gear to really gel them up to want to do these things. So can you tell me, or can you tell viewers at home what they need to know, new starters, what they need to know when they want to venture into this business?
The first thing you need to know is your passion. Your passion. The passion will keep you moving during the thick and thin. Then you need knowledge. You can't venture into what you don't have knowledge about. You will lose or you will fail. Majority of people fail in poultry business because they lack knowledge. What do you know about brooding? What do you know about pen construction? What do you know about earth management? You can't provide solutions to what you don't know. So you need knowledge. You need hands-on training. Then you need experience. Experience is the best teacher in poultry. You tend to learn every batch in poultry. Every batch brings new things. So you can gain experience by working in farms. Like I said, I love working in farms to impact positively and bring out the best of the company. You can work in farms to gain experience. After gaining the experience, then capital comes in. The first thing you need is passion.
As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a boom that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with an array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adidapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer. SPFS TV, bringing smiles to every poultry farmer. As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a boom that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with an array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adidapo live on an education.
We are so sorry about that break. It was some technical issues. Mr. Sam, as I was saying, you were advising new starters on how to go about starting, and you talked about getting experience, being knowledgeable, trying to work with people that have been there before, etc., etc. Does that mean they won't face any challenge? You didn't tell them that.
Yeah, they will face challenge, but that's why I said farmers don't work alone. Farmers don't work alone. Have people you can tell about your challenges. That I saw this. How can I go about this? I said it's your passion that will keep you moving during the thick and thin. You will face challenges, but you will overcome it once you have right team on board and right people to tell your challenges.
Those advices are to new starters. Do you have any advice for farmers that are in the business already, from your experience? During the thick and thin, like you said, using your words, do you have any advice or advices for them?
Yeah, poultry business is more than just feeding the birds alone. Because when I left the birds at home, I was just feeding them. Poultry business is more than just feeding the birds alone and expecting a huge weight or expecting eggs. There are some rules you need to follow when you want to start a poultry business or those that are in the poultry business. The first rule is order for the birds you can conveniently take care of. Instead of you ordering for 500 birds and stopping halfway not being able to feed them and all of them died, why don't you stock 200 birds, feed them confidently, and you'll be able to maximize profit on that 200 birds. Build a good relationship with your birds. Familiarize yourself with the way they drink, they eat, so that you'll be able to spot when any of them is sick. Never neglect early warning signs. Never neglect early warning signs. I've come to a stage that I don't use drug anyhow. I follow early warning signs. Once I see that I spot a red droppings, I give them anticoccidosis. Once I see they started sneezing, I buy anti-CRD. I treat according to early warning signs. I don't wait till they get down before I start treating. You can't just enter your pen, rush in and rush out. You need to at least wait. Check the active, check the one that are not active. Check their feathers, check their body. Know how many pulls that sticks to your leg. Don't just give them water, give them feed and rush out. Do your market survey. Know what is best for you. If it is meat, go for broiler production. If it is egg, go for egg production. Don't do poultry because my friend is doing it, is making money. You will fail, because it is your passion that will keep you moving. Even when you have eggs and customers are yet to come, when you have birds and there people are not buying yet, it is your passion that will keep you moving doing thick and thin. And for farmers, this is 21st century. Innovation, technology has drive agriculture interestingly. Most people now sit at home and buy their poultry products without moving an inch. Make use of your internet to promote your brand, so that at least people will know about your brand and they will patronize you even without disturbing yourself. Talk about yourself, post your products, post your eggs, post your meat. Let's be known for poultry. Be known. When they mention poultry in your vicinity, let your name first ring in their head, because they know you. People that doesn't know you to be a practicing farmer, they will not buy something from you. Make yourself known both offline and online.
He has said a lot. I have gained. I'm not in the poultry business, but interestingly, I'm beginning to have interest in the business, because I've not only learned, I've unlearned some things about the business, and I am relearning again. And really, as much as I want to have him on this show, I would love for him not to leave, because a lot of questions are coming, which are going to be answered. If they are not answered here, we will send answers from him to your DMs, to your inbox, and all of that. So be rest assured that every of the questions would be rightfully answered. Mr. Samuel, thank you so much for gracing our seat today. We really appreciate you. We appreciate your knowledge, your value, the value you've added. And on behalf of the whole society, we are saying a very big thank you. Thank you for creating a lot of job opportunities. Thank you for impacting people, your own knowledge. Thank you so much. We are grateful. And we hope by the time we call you some other time to come and answer the numerous questions our viewers are asking us, I hope you will love to come back again.
Yeah,
Sir?
yeah, I will.
Or you wouldn't love to come?
I will love to come back.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. This is me saying a very big thank you to all of our viewers. We hope you've learned one or two things from all he has said, because he has said a handful of things, meaningful things at that. And I'm sure you would want to pick on those things and start from there. And most importantly, you have to stay glued to this channel, SPFS TV on YouTube, Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook, and Survivor Poultry Farm on Instagram every Wednesday. Join us every Wednesday. Let's bring more people that would add more values to the knowledge you have already. I want to use this medium to appreciate everybody that's put in one or two efforts into making this show, this edition of the show, a success. I want to thank my able director in person of Oduto Oluwatobi, my camera person Ayoni Opemikpo, and assistant camera person Precious Adeyeye. Thank you so much. Not forgetting my generator man, Alatishe Solomon. Thank you for your effort. We really appreciate you. Until another edition of this program, stay blessed and get petrified.
As we all know, agriculture has been a laudable business even with generations before us. Livestock evolution came in as a bomb that has pushed notable livestock investors and stakeholders above their counterparts. Survivor Poultry Farm Services have come to simplify livestock farming with our array of poultry business. Join Abisola Adedapo live on an educative show, Get Poultrified, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on SPFS TV on YouTube and on Survivor Poultry Farm Services on Facebook and Instagram. Share, like, and drop your comments. Let's enlighten ourselves on how we can achieve great things in this evolving business. Make it a date with us and get to know that every kobo spent on a bird is equal to millions to every poultry farmer.